Howdy everybody, Daniel Myers, the DFW Handyman here in Dallas, Texas. I relaunched my handyman business about 4 months ago now, after about a 2.5 year hiatus. Quick story, I started my handyman business originally in 2018 and it took off. It was amazing. Did very, very well. And then started to get burnt out, and I started to get a little stressed out, really stressed out. I had a wife and a newborn and a daughter, stepdaughter, and my wife's job was very not good. As well as it did pay, the working conditions just weren't good. It wasn't worth it. So at her encouragement, at my encouragement, she quit her job and started her own little business, and that was great. But then, back to what I was saying, the stress just got to really get to me. I didn't have a whole lot of systems in place. I was just working. I was just burnt out. I was tired. I was just running and gunning, and I was making good money, but money doesn't fix everything. It really doesn't. As much as you might want it to, it doesn't. And so I took a little break, and I went to work for a home builder briefly, and then I went to work at Field Pulse, which is the software company, software CRM that I use to run my business. They're great. Great company, great people, good founder. Man, it was cool. It was really cool. Interesting, very interesting too. And then I got the itch, and after a couple of years of doing that, it just wasn't me. You know, it just wasn't where I wanted my life to be. And so, and a couple of, circumstantial things happened, no real drama, no real story there. I just wanted to get back to it. I learned a lot, talking to, different business owners around the country. Obviously, Field Pulse signs up all kinds of different businesses, and so, service and trade-based businesses. So I got to talk to a lot, got to learn a lot, and it was cool. And so it was time for me to get back to it. So here I am. So as we speak right now, I'm rolling down 75, paying much more attention to the traffic than I am to exactly what I'm talking about. But I wanted to make this the introductory video for what I'm going to start doing on Fridays, on Friday mornings, is start making a video about the week prior, so the week that I'm in, the week that I'm finishing up right now, and then looking forward to the week ahead. And then anything else that might come up, kind of top of mind, maybe tips and tricks, things that I've learned throughout the week. I don't want it to go on for an hour. I want to keep these videos kind of short, maybe 15 minutes at tops, 10 to 15 minutes, just kind of an update. I want to hit it quick. I want to go. I want to move on. I got a lot of stuff to do in the day, so I can't sit here and yap for an hour. No one's going to listen to me sit here and rant for an hour. So, like I said, 10, 15 minutes, and review of the week, forward to next week, maybe some current thoughts, see what's going on with me, and that'll be it. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to give some advice, or maybe some points of reference for any other business owners that might be out there and starting out, or in my position. You're all by yourself, but you have an eye and goal on growing and being efficient with your time, with your system. So with that 5-minute introductory out of the way, I'll go ahead and get into what I think is going to be a normal video for me. So this past week was a very good week, a very productive week. I started the week out with a very simple little job, putting in some light fixtures on the outside of a house. Older guy called and he saw my van, I don't know, 2 weeks ago now, when I was sitting at a Starbucks doing some work. And on my computer, not working at the Starbucks, but just sitting down and doing some stuff on my computer that I needed to do. And he went to get some tacos at Torch's Tacos a couple doors down. So, like I said, saw my van, thought it was great. He's a marketing guy, so he gave me a lot of compliments on the van, which is nice. And so, yeah, just went to go do a little job for him, quick and easy. And then the rest of that day, I really didn't have a whole lot to do, even though I did a lot. I took my son to school because he was in swim lessons, and did some stuff around the house I needed to do, and then I got some work done on the computer. And then I went to go look at a job late on Monday after the client got home from work, and to a very abrupt halt. 75, of course. So it was a small issue in a second floor kitchen. It's these condos that they're building now, or townhouses, what do you want to call it, where they're 2 and 3 stories tall, and they're all just stacked up next to each other. And I couldn't fix it for her. I tried. I couldn't fix it, so I couldn't charge her. I couldn't even charge her a tip charge. I don't really do that. If I can't fix it, I don't need your money. And so yeah, that was that. I was there for 20 minutes, tried to fix it, couldn't fix it. She's getting it ready to sell, and so she started, asking me about, what would it take to do it? And I said, several $100s of removing all of it. Was the click together floor, engineered floors. I don't know what brand or what composite material, whatever. And so I just told her, 8 rows of this floor is going to have to come out. We're going to have to, cut and fit all this stuff back together, and I can't even guarantee that this will never happen again. So just throw a runner rug over it is a very, very minor thing. And so told her, if you're getting ready to sell it, just sell it, and just the next person doesn't like the floor, the next person wants to put several $100s, wants to pay several $100s to fix it, let them do it. But everything else in your house is perfect, and you just have this one minor issue. Just don't worry about it. Just move on with life. And then I went and did the demo for the shower that I'm currently on route to right now to get finished up. Long story short, this client has a 3rd story, gigantic townhouse, condo, whatever you want to call it, down in Dallas, and the bathroom floor, which is pretty cool, it's pretty nice. The bathroom floor is perfectly flat, and then the way that they built the shower, instead of building on top of the floor like a normal, traditional shower does, they inset the trusses. So they had a notch factory built into the trusses, so it's sunk down. So you just walk straight in. You don't have to step up and over a curb, which is pretty cool. Even though the function of the curb is still there, it's recessed. That's what I was looking for, recessed. So it's recessed down on the floor. And they didn't waterproof anything. Now they did, the rubber shower pan liner is in there, obviously for code, but they didn't waterproof anything outside of that. Like the curb itself, I always slather that red guard stuff over it to build a good water barrier, and they didn't. They built it cheap. They didn't even try. So a little bit of water got behind the tiles, seeped past the excess of the rubber mat that was laid over the curb. Started to swell the OSB, swell the tiles. The door was rubbing. It was pretty much done. So got the glass company on Monday to come take the glass, or actually Tuesday morning to come take the glass out. I got there Tuesday afternoon and got the tile all ripped out, got the curb all ripped out. None of the structure was damaged, none of the other floor was damaged. It was, they caught it in time, or at least they had me come out and do it in time. And so, very simple, put 2 layers of OSB down, 3/4 inch OSB. I use pressure treated just for my own thought of not using this normal board. So I built that back up, and then 1/4 inch tile backer board, and then red guarded the whole thing, glued, squirted glue in all the crevices and corners, and used that as kind of a sealer, and then red guarded the whole thing to waterproof it all. And then going back today to just put tile back on, grout it, grout caulk everything, all the corners in the whole shower, and I'm going to seal the floor. It's a porous, maybe like a marble. I'm not exactly sure the stone, or the tile type, but it is porous and it's starting to get stained from soap scum and stuff. So clean that off very good, wash it all down, dry it, and I'll seal it. And then the glass company comes back on, they come back on Tuesday, reset the glass. They'll be good to go, job done. And so that's what I've done most of the week. And then Wednesday I had a little jump. What did I do on Wednesday? I don't remember what I did on Wednesday, but I'm sure it was a good day. I know I did something. I just can't remember what. So that's that week, or that's this week. Very good week, very productive. I got a lot of things done. I'm going to finish up this flooring job today. This tile job, get it all done, and at least get my part paid. And the glass company comes on Tuesday, and then that project will be done. And now, looking forward to next week. So I've got an estimate tomorrow morning to go look at painting a few rooms, and then pressure washing and staining a pergola cover and a fence. Typically, I try not to do estimates, but there are sometimes that you just have to. There's just some things that we just need to go look at. Paint jobs are one of them. There's so many variables, so many factors that go into a paint job, and I just can't give someone a flat rate price over the phone. It's just, it never works out well. So, next week, so I've got the estimate in the morning, Saturday morning, and and estimates like that I only do on early Saturday morning. So I'm going out to her house at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. No, I do not do them during the week. No, I do not do them in the evenings. I only do them on Saturday, early Saturday mornings. And then I'll spend about an hour after the appointment on Saturday mornings working on the estimate. If I don't get it done that morning, then I will fit it into the week. And I tell everybody it's going to take me about a week to get this to them. Sometimes I surprise them and get it to them sooner. And next week, I've got a very full week next week. A whole myriad of different projects, which is what I love about this business, is that I constantly have all kinds of different things to do. So Monday I'm going to paint a wall at Field Pulse, which is the company I just said I used to work for. They want a wall painted blue, so great. I'll go do that for them on Monday. Should take about half a day. We're going from white to blue, so that's why it's going to take so long. Probably going to be 3 coats to get the color looking uniform. We're going kind of a bright blue over white. The white that's there now, so like I said, 3 coats. There's lots of cutting in and lots of intricate up around the ceiling, so that again is why it's going to take so long. Get that done, hang out there. I'm sure it'll be great to see everybody, say hi. I'm sure I'll spend half the time talking to everybody, which is fun. And then all day. So that I do pricing 3 ways. I do flat rate, fixed price. I don't charge by the hour, which is what that means. Then I do a half day labor rate, and then I do a full day labor rate. Those are my 3 pricing structures. And everybody, a lot of people, I will say, a lot of people love the half day and the full day rates for anything you got. So I just show up. Of course, we'll have a conversation beforehand. She'll send me a list, and she'll, tell me what priorities are, and I structure that conversation around that to handle that. And then, so Tuesday they just bought this house. They just moved in about 2 weeks ago, and I'll just, I got some pictures to hang. I got a temporary pool fence thing. It's kind of hard to describe. I know what it is, but it's kind of hard to describe through the video. Get that set up for them, hang a bunch of pictures, and I think that's some furniture to build, some Apple furniture. Anyways, all that kind of stuff. I'll just do absolutely everything I can, and they know that. I did the same thing for them. My house they were selling, they had a whole bunch of stuff they wanted to fix before they listed it. So I went and adjusted a whole bunch of doors. I tried. I gave it a valiant effort, but it did not work. To bang out a dent in a gutter, which I guess had been dented by somebody's work truck, and that did not work. And so I took a little bit of money off of their invoice because it didn't go good. It wasn't, okay, let me say this. It didn't wind up, after I was done trying, it was not any worse than the dent was before, okay? So, I tried, and I just gave them like $25 back because they didn't. So, I'll never do that again. So, anyways, I'm doing that on Tuesday, and then Wednesday is actually another job for Field Pulse. They want 5 shelves fabricated. They're 9 foot long. They're 4 inch. I'm making them out of 1x4s and 1x2s. And a cool little custom woodworking project for me. I love doing that kind of stuff, every now and then. And then, so I joined B&I about a month ago. And I have my B&I meeting every Wednesday morning. I never miss it. And so Wednesday afternoon, I'll be in the garage all day. I'm going to go get some white oak and build those shelves and get them all fabricated and cut to length. They're 9 foot long, which is why I can't just buy them off Amazon or Etsy or something. And then I'm going to install those shelves in their office. There's 5 of them, and I'm going to install those on Friday, which will take a little bit because I've got to measure the whole wall. I've got to center it horizontally, center it vertically, and then evenly space them up and down from that middle point. So, just installation is probably going to take me most of the day on Friday, just because it's a lot of measuring, a lot of laying out. And then on Thursday, I'm doing another full day job where I'm going to an elderly lady's house, also in Plano. She has a pretty good sized house, and same thing, she's got some sheetrock cracks, she's got a drawer that sticks, she needs a couple pictures hung up, she needs, just a full day's worth of little stuff like that. I always try to always schedule half a day for ceiling sheetrock repairs, because I always build a plastic wall all the way around me out of the zip wall poles, which I of course have and keep on my van at all times. And so I'll build a little nook out of plastic, and then that way it contains all the dust, all the debris, everything you scrape and cut out, it all falls right there onto a drop cloth onto the floor. And then obviously repair the drywall, texture it to match as close as I possibly can, and then we'll see what she wants to do about painting. and she said she might just have her painter paint the ceiling. So we'll see. So that's next week. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to 2 full days at people's houses, which I like doing. People love hiring me for it. And the woodworking project I'm really excited about, because I love doing it from time to time. I could not be a cabinet maker. And that kind of leads into kind of the third part of the video that I want to do every week, is just a general kind of discussion. Why I started this handyman business, I guess, is a good place to start. And so next week is a perfect example of why I started this. I get to do so many different things next week. I love it. I love the variety. I love really highly intense focus for a little bit. So one day, one half of a day next week, I'll be really focused on doing drywall repairs. So I've got, I think, 3 ceilings to fix. And then I'll be really highly focused on woodworking. I'm building those shelves for about half a day. And then on Friday, I'll be really highly focused on measuring and getting them all laid out properly. And so I get to do all these different kinds of things, and I just love it. I love the variety. I genuinely like getting to meet people and getting to, talk to them for a little while. When I'm in your house all day, it's kind of weird if I'm just there and not talking. So I get to know people. I get to know about what they do. I get to know about where they come from. And, people have, funny stories, and people have funny things to talk about. And last night I was working at a guy's house. I did a little emergency job. I say emergency. It wasn't really an emergency. He had a cooktop ordered from Home Depot, and it didn't fit because the way that they cut the granite was a notch in the front, and then it got narrower in the back. It was wider in the front of the countertop than it was in the back, so I had to set up a full plastic cocoon and cut the granite, which was incredibly dusty. It always is. So yeah, I got to do that last night. Now, I wasn't really excited or enthused about working till 8:30 at night, but he gave me a nice little tip. He really appreciated it. Back to what I was saying, just when you can do stuff like that for people that they couldn't find the right kind of guy to do something, like a painter wasn't willing to do it. A granite countertop company is not going to come out and cut a countertop like that. You'd be rare to find one that will. And so I can do all of these niche specialty little things for, that other trades don't want to do, that people still need to get done. And I just love it. I love being the problem solver. I love being the guy that can. And funny enough, with that countertop, I got that referral from another handyman. Who said this is something that I don't do. And I'm thinking, it's just cutting granite, man. Why is this something that you don't do? Now, I'm sure everybody has their reasons. They don't want to, they don't like it, he doesn't want to get dirty, I don't know. Whatever his reasoning is. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. And so, yeah, I'm sure somebody would say the same thing about me and tile floors. I don't do large tile floors, mostly because I am really slow at tile. It looks good, it'll come out perfect, but I can't make any money at it. Like, I'm actively losing money when I do large tile floors. Now, I will do small tile repairs, but I digress. So, yeah, that's why I started this handyman business. I love doing it. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me interested. It keeps me, looking forward to next week. I love doing it. And what I'm conscious of right now on the second run at this handyman business is not getting burnt out. So I am building a couple of things that I will talk about next time. A couple of initiatives that I have that I'm building that are going to differentiate my business in the marketplace and then also set me up for different streams of income, and also set me up for a different offering. I don't want to give away too much right now because one of them is almost done, and I'll talk about it when it is done. And the other thing I'm going to be working on for a year, that is a freaking journey in itself. I know I'm going to be working on it for a year. So that's a long-term project, and I am very enthusiastic about that. I will get into it because this video has gone on long enough. So y'all stay safe, stay productive. I saw that on a Milwaukee package earlier. Why did I just said that? I don't know what other salutation to say besides I don't do editing, so these are the videos that you get. See y'all later.